Production and operations management is the process wherein we combine or transform various resources from the production and operation subsystems into value-added products as per the control or policies of the organization. The major concern of this business is to transform inputs into required outputs with requisite quality level. Production management is a set of interrelated management activities that is involved in manufacturing a product. When this activities is extended to the services management, then it is called operations management. Now let's move on to the essential terms that we need to be familiar of so that we will be able to easily get the gist of the lesson. So production and operations management, or POM, is the management of an organization's production system. Production system is where you take inputs and then convert them into outputs. Conversion process is the predominant activity in a production system, and the main concern of the operations manager is the conversion process. So what is the difference between production and operations? So though these terms are interchangeable, they still have their own differences. Production is focused on tangible products wherein you can see or feel the product, while for operations, it is for providing services to their customers. Production is used in a narrow sense, while operations is used in a broad sense. Production is for manufacturing organizations such as an industry, while operations is for non-manufacturing organizations such as banks, insurance companies, agriculture, transportation, warehousing. Production has a closing stock at the end of the accounting year, while operations doesn't have a closing stock. Production's demand rate is regular, while operations demand rate fluctuates from time to time. Now let's move on to the evolution of production and operations management. Now this type of management is very helpful for those organizations and businesses in the past and of course today, since this have been a good help for their economic growth. This type of management is pioneered by Adam Smith in the 18th century, wherein he contributed specialization of labor in manufacturing. These theories of Adam Smith are then implemented by Frederick Taylor and developed scientific management.
Production concept, this is where the business spends a lot of time and research on how to showcase the best quality of their product and how to gain and impress the target consumers. Next is production system. Production system is a combination of raw materials, production planning, scheduling, and controlling. So yeah, the main purpose of production system is to produce the desired goods and services of the client. Next is production management. So basically, production management deals with the planning and controlling of the whole production to ensure a smooth process as well as meeting the demand of the client at a timely manner. Production management has 4 objectives, which is right quality, right quantity, right time, and right manufacturing cost. Right quantity and right quality is the main focus here is to meet the needs and the specification of the client. Next is right quantity. The company needs to make sure that the product they produce will not exceed or deficient and what is the required or the demand. Next is right time, timeliness of delivery. That means they have a schedule to follow to finish a product. But every business cannot avoid non-availability of materials or machinery defects. So in order to avoid delay of production, the department needs to organize all the activities beforehand to finish all the goods and all the products as per schedule. Right manufacturing cost, this is all the cost of all the resources needed in the process of product. Next is operating system. It is a system that handles all the resources and inputs which will be converted into outputs. Lastly, concept of operation. It is concerned with converting materials and labor to goods and services.
Element of product management and operation management. Operation management are concerned in planning, organizing, controlling, behavior, and model. But first, we'll discuss planning. When we say planning, it is an activity that establishes course of action and future decision making. Of course, everything relies in our plan, even as we have our plans for our futures. Planning is very important, especially for those who wants to start a business. They need to create a concrete plan to achieve their goal. These plans includes policies and objectives. Let's say, for example, we want to endorse a new product and our goal is to achieve 99.9% sale. We need to create a plan on how we are going to market our product. Also, this plan includes plan in case our plan A won't work. As you can see in the picture, the world plan is surrounded with words ideas, vision, think, and create. Every member of the organization should contribute ideas, and every ideas should be merged or combined to create a good plan. And also, an organization must have a one vision to achieve one goal. After combining every ideas, then we can now create a good and clear plan. Next is organizing. When we say organizing, it is an activity that establishes structure of tasks and authority. Organizing simply means that we should only focus on the tasks given to us to avoid conflicts. It is not the management responsibility to assign every department in their tasks. Like for example, for finance department, they should only focus on money. For market department, they should only focus on how they are going to market the product. This kind of activity can help the organization to achieve one goal and to make their work easier. On the part of employees, they should not go beyond their limitations because there are some cases or situations that one employee is keep on pushing herself to do a task that is not in line her or his field of expertise just to have a good image in her boss. This kind of situation can rise a conflict between employees and employee. Controlling is an activity that assure actual performance in accordance with planned performance. In this activity, it is the management or manager responsibility to monitor the progress of the employees to finish the given task in a given time. Also, they have to control the quality of product and its cost. Like for example, you are producing a soap at a low price. Of course, the manager will now have to control the materials that we are going to use in producing the product because alangan naman magbebenta ka ng soap at a low price tapos in an instant puputi or kikinis ka na kaagad. So that is how controlling works. Next is behavior. In this activity, the behavior of your employees reflects on how you treat them or relies on how you treat them. Because like for example, if their employee sees the goodness in you, they are motivated to work hard because they are treated very well. Also, this kind of activity is like an experiment because they want to know what are the impacts of subordinates' behavior to the success of the organization. Also, the interest of an employee and the management to work hard was based on the decision made because there are some situations that the decision was made based on her or his personal gain or personal interest. The last concern of operation management is the model. In putting up a business, it is expected to face or experience difficulties. So during these hard times, you can simplify difficulties by using models. So these models are aggregate planning models, break-even analysis, linear programming and computer simulation, decision tree analysis, and simple median model. Aggregate planning models is used in examining how best to use the existing capacity in short term. By this, we are attempting to balance the demand and the capacity in such a way that the cost is minimized. Break-even analysis is used to identify the break-even volumes wherein we will look at the level of fixed cost relative to the profit earned. Linear programming and computer simulation for capacity utilization. In linear programming, we formulate a real-life problem into mathematical model. It is either to minimize the profit or maximize the cost of product scale. Decision tree analysis for long-term capacity problems and facility expansion. And lastly, the simple median model for determining the location of facility. Customer service objective is to provide agreed or adequate levels of customer service by providing goods or services at the right specification, at the right cost, and at the right time. The principal function of operation management are manufacture, transport, supply, and service. So there are primary considerations and other considerations that the operation management should consider to achieve or to satisfy the customer wants. So first is the manufacturer. So in manufacture, we have to consider the goods that we are going to produce, like the goods that is in demand to satisfy our target market. Like for example, the iPhone. Almost everyone are seeking or asking for iPhone 12, but yet your company produce an iPhone 4. So sino bibili ng iPhone 4? So malulugi yung kumpanya. Next is transport. So their primary consideration is the purchase price and the delivery delay, while their other considerations are timing and cost of movement. Supply has the same explanation with manufacturers. So let's move on to next, the service. So, service, we need to offer our customer the good service that they deserve, because again, customer is the lifeblood of the business. So like for example, our customer are asking for 50 units of iPhone within this week. So we have to double time to achieve our goal, which is to produce 50 units of iPhone. By this, we can gain the trust that they give to us. The resource utilization objective is to achieve adequate levels of utilization. Like for example, to achieve the agreed levels of utilization of materials, machines, and labor.
First is the scope of production and operation management. So there are 8 functions of production and operation management. There are location of facilities, plant layouts and material handling, product design, process design, production and planning control, quality control, materials management, and maintenance management. Location of facilities, from the word itself, location or an area, it deals with the question where our main operation should be based, and it is an important strategic level of decision making for an organization. Plant layout and material handling. So when we say plant layout, it refers to physical arrangement of facilities. Also, a material handling, it refers to the moving of materials from one storeroom to the machine and from one machine to the next during the process of manufacture. So it is simply means it is where the product pack and store. So next is a product design. It deals with the conversion of ideas into reality. Also, it is a process of imagining, creating, iterating products that achieves the demand of the customers. So next is the process design. So when we say process design, it is a decision making of an overall process route for converting the raw material into finished good. Also, it is involves selection of process, choice of technology, process flow and analysis, and layout facilities. Then production planning and control, it involves planning, routing, and scheduling. So when we plan, which is deciding to advance what to do, how to do, where to do, and who will do it. So routing, it is a selection of path that the product will follow. The next is scheduling, fixation of time and date. Then lastly is dispatching, which is starting the process. Quality control aims to prevent the defects of the products. It ensures to produce an optimum quality of product at minimum cost. Then the main objective of quality control is to improve the company's income or profit. Basically, the objective of material management is to minimize material costs. The next is the maintenance management. It is very important that the plant machinery should be properly maintained. So the main objective of maintenance management is to maintaining the good condition of the equipment to avoid the interruption during the process of production. What are the strategies that the operation management does? So first is the design of goods and services, the quality that maintained during the process, the design process and capacity that relates to quality, to human resource, inventory, scheduling, and maintenance. Next is the site location. Site location, it simply means same sa location of facilities, which is choosing a location. Then next is design layout. It is done after the design process and capacity. So next is the human resource. So human resource and design work, they are the one who do the safety, the health, the job description, the work environment, and wages. Then supply chain, it is a flow of goods and services, also a process of raw to final goods. Then next is inventory. Inventory is a process of ordering, storing, and using company's inventory. Then scheduling, as what I said earlier, scheduling is setting a time and date. Then next is maintenance, as it is maintaining the quality and quantity of the product in an organization. We will tackle the factors of production. So there are mainly land, labor, and capital and entrepreneurship. So land, it belongs the location of facilities where the operation should base, the labor who will work the products, the capital, the wages of the employees who work the products, and lastly is the entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is taking on financial risk to hope the profit of the business.